But it is my pleasure to bring back. He has been a leadoff guest on the show for a couple of years now, and can't thank him enough. And he's now in his 9th season as the president and the chief executive officer of the Green Bay Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back Mark Murphy to the fifth quarter at the Stadium View. Hello, Mark.
Well, Mark, it's great to be here.
It's great to have you back. I can't tell you. I think it's nice. I don't know how many owners or presidents, if it were, do these kinds of things, but for you to take the time out and come on our airwaves and visit with fans is very much appreciated. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
What a weekend.
Yeah,
what a weekend.
It was going really good until Sunday night.
We'll get to Sunday night.
But no, overall.
Yeah, let's get to the big picture.
It was unbelievable, the turnout of our fans. For the induction ceremony, probably 80 to 90% Packer fans, and it was just when they started chanting "Go Pack Go," it was really exciting. Everywhere you went in Canton, the whole week. I went out Thursday, you just saw green and gold everywhere. It was really impressive. Talking to people at the from the Hall of Fame, they'd never seen anything like it.
Really?
Now the Steelers have come out in good numbers because it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. But this was really impressive for them. Packer fans come from all over the country. So many come from Wisconsin. It's not an easy trip to make, and it was really impressive. And I was really, really happy for Brett. I thought, just like as you said, his speech was great, and the energy and the connection with our fans was tremendous. And then we had Sunday night, which made that even more disappointing because so many people came out, to see the game. Yes, to be there for the whole weekend, but the game was a big part of it, and it's disappointing that we weren't able to play the game, particularly for the fans. No, again, it was 80-90% of the people at the that I saw in the game were Packer fans.
No question. How did it all unfold from the time you guys arrived, Mark? Okay, did you have a feeling there might be something up with the surface? There had been talk of last year. There had been talk of having this thing matted down for 36, 48 hours. Was there any concern going in? And then kind of once you got there, how did it start unraveling?
Well, there have been issues with the field there before, so it's something that I think everybody's sensitive to. Last year, the Steelers
we talked about that.
Complained about the condition of the field, and obviously their kicker had a very serious injury. So I think going in there was an area that people were looking at. I stayed separately from the team because I went out earlier. I stayed down in Canton.
Okay.
So I didn't arrive with the team. I was actually at the Hall of Fame about 2 hours before game time. I usually get to the field an hour and a half, hour before the game, and there were some functions at the Hall of Fame, so I was there. I get a call from Russ Ball saying, you better get here. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so I got right over to the field, and it was probably, ended up 2 hours before, so I think people were on the field looking at it 3 hours before game time. And, again, I heard you talking about it before. I think the right decision was made, from what I saw and the field itself, and, it was not playable. You didn't want to put our players and Colts players at risk. So I think the right decision was made. Obviously, the question then becomes, how did it get to this? I mean, how does this? But it was all related to the paint.
Yeah, it was the paint. The field itself had been inspected and it had been laid. It's been in there for a year, and it was going to be coming out. It's coming out probably today.
No, it hasn't been there a year. It was actually a new field
this spring.
Yeah, it was put in.
Yeah, we talked about Tom Benson bringing it up from New Orleans.
They switched their field out every year because of Mardi Gras. So, again, that's something I think, for a different place and time, kind of reconstruct everything, look at, how did we get to this point? What can we do in the future where it doesn't happen again?
The impact, the fans obvious, everything else. The embarrassment, I suppose, of the Hall of Fame. From the Packers operation, though, Mike McCarthy touched on it. It's an opportunity lost to obviously evaluate players. He was excited about getting a fifth game this year. Kind of disrupts the whole training camp schedule somewhat, or not. It looks like you're just going to pick up like
Yeah,
It never happened.
As I said, I mean, I feel for our fans, the disappointment for them. Probably beyond that would be especially our young players. I mean, Joe Callahan.
Hey, he would have been on national TV for
been
3
playing
quarters.
on national TV, and so it's a missed opportunity for them, for our coaches' evaluation. But we'll still have 4 preseason games. I'm pleased to report, Mark, we didn't have any injuries coming out of. Nobody
tripped in the tarmac or anything
Yeah,
like that.
no.
No bad food on the flight or anything.
But,